Welcome in, Bingers. Glad to have you with us today. Let's get it going.
It's the Binge Podcast where everything's a blast. It's the Binge Podcast. Come join us fast.
Today's rant is about shopping carts.
Rantcast anthem, daily grind. Thoughts unleashed, no place to hide. Passion storming every mind. Tune in, tune out, tonight we ride.
For the love of all that is holy, can we talk about the absolute menaces to society who can't be bothered to return their shopping carts? I mean, seriously, what kind of lazy, inconsiderate monsters are these people? It's a simple task, a basic courtesy, and yet it seems to be beyond the capabilities of far too many people. You've just spent an hour pushing this cart around the store, filling it with your groceries, navigating through crowded aisles, and patiently waiting in line at the checkout. But suddenly, the moment you unload it into your car, it becomes too much of a burden to walk it 20 feet to the cart return. Are your legs going to spontaneously combust if you take those extra steps? Did you suddenly develop a severe allergy to common decency? And don't even try to justify it with, "But I'm creating jobs for the cart collectors." No, Karen, you're not. You're just making everyone's life more difficult. Those poor employees have to chase carts all over the parking lot instead of doing actually productive work. They're not getting paid extra for your laziness. They're just getting increasingly frustrated with humanity. The worst part is when these abandoned carts start rolling around the parking lot like tumbleweeds, dinging car doors and taking up parking spaces. Nothing like coming back to your car to find a nice new scratch courtesy of someone's laziness. Oh, and let's not forget about the carts that end up in landscaped areas, crushing plants and creating eyesores. It's like some people think the parking lot is their personal dumping ground. And it's not just about the physical damage, it's about the message it sends. It says, "I don't care about anyone but myself. I'm too important to be bothered with such trivial matters as consideration for others." It's a slippery slope from not returning your cart to full-blown sociopathy. It's not just about the carts. It's about basic human decency and respect for shared spaces. If you can't handle the monumental task of returning a cart, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to use one in the first place. Perhaps we should implement a cart license test, to weed out those who clearly can't handle the responsibility. Make people take a course in basic shopping cart ethics before they're allowed to touch one. This is the ultimate test of whether a person is capable of self-governing, and far too many people are failing spectacularly. It's a simple task that benefits everyone, and yet some people can't be bothered. It's infuriating. It's like a microcosm of everything that's wrong with society. People unwilling to do the bare minimum to maintain order and civility. And don't get me started on the excuses. "Oh, but I have kids in the car." So, teach them about responsibility by returning the cart together. "But it's raining." Guess what? You're already out in the rain. 30 more seconds won't melt you. "The cart return is too far." Then why did you park so far from it when you knew you'd be using a cart? You know who returns their carts? Good people. Responsible citizens. People who understand that we live in a society and that small actions can have big impacts. People who don't think the world revolves around them and their convenience. So please, for the sake of civil society, return your damn shopping carts. Is that really too much to ask? It's not rocket science. It's not a Herculean task. It's just being a decent human being. And if you can't manage that, well, maybe it's time to reevaluate your life choices and your place in society. Because a world where everyone acted like the cart abandoners would be chaos, and none of us want to live in that world. In conclusion, return your carts, be a good person, and maybe, just maybe, we can restore some semblance of order and consideration to this crazy world of ours. Is that too much to ask? I think not. Here's this week's Top 10 list. Top 10 reasons why your cat is secretly plotting world domination.
Top 10 time, it's the thrill of the night. Rankings up high, feeling safe flight. Listening close, get ready to climb. We're counting time.
1. They spend 18 hours a day, quote-unquote, sleeping, but we all know they're actually strategizing. Those little twitches? Simulated battle scenarios. The occasional snore? Encrypted communications with their feline comrades. 2. They've mastered mind control techniques through prolonged eye contact and purring. Ever wonder why you suddenly feel compelled to feed them at 3 a.m.? That's not hunger. It's mind control in action. Resistance is futile. 3. Their ability to knock things off tables is actually testing gravity manipulation devices. They're perfecting the art of selective gravity control. Soon they'll be able to float your car keys right into their paws. 4. That hairball? It's a prototype for a biological weapon. They're fine-tuning the formula for maximum disgust and convenience. The next stage? Weaponized furballs that can seek out targets. 5. They're collecting intel on humans by sitting on our keyboards and intercepting our emails. Every seemingly random key press is actually a sophisticated data gathering technique. Your cat knows your passwords better than you do. 6. Their constant demand for food is to assess our willingness to serve them. It's a test of loyalty and obedience. The more specific and frequent their demands, the more they're pushing the boundaries of human servitude. 7. Scratching posts are just cover-ups for their secret underground tunnels. That innocent-looking cat tree? It's an entrance to a vast subterranean network. No wonder they get so upset when you try to move it. 8. Catnip isn't a recreational drug. It's a performance enhancer for their feline army. It heightens their senses and reflexes, preparing them for the eventual takeover. That wild behavior is actually combat training. 9. Litter boxes are actually portals to their underground command centers. The constant digging? They're sending Morse code messages. The occasional miss? That's just to throw you off the scent. 10. That cardboard box fortress isn't cute. It's a scale model of their future global headquarters. They're testing structural integrity and defense capabilities. Soon they'll upgrade to steel and concrete. Here's a bonus. Their cute meows are actually coded messages to their alien overlords. Wake up, sheeple. Those varied pitches and tones? It's an advanced language beyond human comprehension. Your cat is reporting on your weaknesses as we speak. Crypto chaos, a shit-slinging ride through the digital money jungle. So, what the ever-loving fuck is cryptocurrency? It's like regular money, but on steroids and acid all at once. Born from the ashes of the 2008 financial shitstorm, crypto burst onto the scene like a drunk uncle at a wedding, ready to shake things up and maybe piss off a few bankers. It's the financial equivalent of shouting YOLO and jumping off a cliff. Exciting, potentially rewarding, but also might end with you splattered on the rocks of reality. At its core, cryptocurrency is a big middle finger to traditional banking. It's decentralized, which means no government can stick their grubby paws in it. It's like if your money decided to go off-grid, grow a beard, and live in the woods. It's secured by some crazy-ass math called cryptography, making it harder to counterfeit than your mom's signature on your report card. Seriously, this shit is locked down tighter than Fort Knox on steroids. Now, the benefits of this digital dough are pretty sweet. Want to send money across the world? Bam! Done faster than you can say Western Union can suck it. Got no bank account? No problem. Crypto's got your back, you financially excluded badass. It's like the Robin Hood of currency, if Robin Hood was a computer nerd with a hard-on for algorithms. But hold on to your tits, because it ain't all sunshines and rainbows in crypto land. The price of these digital coins swings more wildly than a monkey on a vine. One day you're shopping for Lambos, the next you're dumpster diving for dinner. It's financial bipolar disorder at its finest. Your crypto wallet is like a box of chocolates. You never know what the fuck you're gonna get, except instead of chocolates, it's either caviar or cat food. And don't even get me started on the regulatory bullshit. Governments are losing their minds trying to figure out how to control this digital beast. They're like old folks trying to set up a Wi-Fi router. confused, angry, and probably going to fuck it up. Every time a politician opens their mouth about crypto, you can almost hear the collective facepalm of the entire tech community. And let's not forget the environmental clusterfuck. Mining Bitcoin uses more electricity than some small countries. It's like if your toaster oven decided to cosplay as a power plant. Greta Thunberg is not amused. The carbon footprint of crypto is so big, it's leaving Bigfoot tracks all over the goddamn planet. Despite all this fuckery, the crypto market keeps growing like a bad rash. New coins pop up faster than you can say pump and dump. We've got stable coins, shit coins, and everything in between. It's a digital zoo, and everyone's invited to this clusterfuck. But you've got your Bitcoin maximalists preaching the gospel of Satoshi like he's the second coming of Christ. Then there's the Ethereum crowd jerking off to the idea of smart contracts. And let's not forget the army of Dogecoin enthusiasts who've somehow turned a meme into a multi-billion-dollar market cap. It's like if the entire financial system decided to drop acid and go to Burning Man. The whole crypto scene is like a never-ending frat party. You've got the bros bragging about their gains, the newbies puking in the corner after their first market crash, and the old-timers in the corner muttering about the good old days of 2013. And just like a frat party, there's always that one guy trying to explain blockchain technology while everyone's eyes glaze over. Will crypto change the world or go down in flames? Who the fuck knows? But one thing's for sure, it's shaken up the financial world harder than a martini in James Bond's hands. It's got the potential to revolutionize everything from banking to voting to your grandma's bridge club. Or could all come crashing down harder than a house of cards in a hurricane. So here we are watching this digital shit show unfold. It's like the Wild West, but instead of cowboys and Indians, we've got nerds and day traders. Instead of gold rushes, we've got token sales. And instead of saloons, we've got Discord channels where people argue about gas fees and yield farming. Love it or hate it, cryptocurrency is here to stay. Flipping the bird to traditional finance and riding off into the digital sunset, it's the financial equivalent of punk rock. Loud, disruptive, and probably giving the establishment a massive headache. So strap in, hold on to your digital wallets, and enjoy the batshit crazy ride that is cryptocurrency. Just remember, in this wild west of finance, the only rule is there are no fucking rules. And maybe, just maybe, buy high and sell low, because who needs profits when you've got memes, right? Welcome to the future of money, you beautiful bastards. It's weird, it's wild, and it's probably going to give your accountant an aneurysm. But hey, that's the price of revolution, baby. Subscribe for a new podcast each week and become a true binger.
You know my now. Got stories to tell, from the small to the grand, all under one spell. We talk about this, we laugh about that, from the strange to the bliss. Get ready to chat. It's the Binge Podcast, where everything's a blast. It's the Binge Podcast, come join us fast. From the small to the grand, all under one spell. We talk about this, we laugh about that, from the strange to the bliss. Get ready to chat. It's the Binge Podcast, where everything's a blast. It's the Binge Podcast, come join us fast. It's the Binge Podcast, where everything's a blast. It's the Binge Podcast, come join us fast. Tune in right now. Got stories to tell, from the small to the grand, all under one spell. We talk about this, podcast where everything's a blast. It's the Binge podcast. Come join us fast.